Yay, it works. I think so, anyway. Let's motherfucking go. Welcome back. And now we've been demonetized. Joke's on you, we're not monetized at all.
You couldn't even make it to the 7 seconds rule.
That was actually the last time I was on with Pimp Monk on the wood before he retired it. He told me, don't swear. And I swore, I said ass or something. And I was like, oh God, I'm sorry. And
you destroyed his show permanently.
I'm the reason the wood's gone now. Welcome back, everyone, to a much hiatus.
Low energy plagues.
Low energy plagues. Nurgle has blessed me with his gifts. Welcome back to Beard Ramblings. Where?
Don't worry, everybody. Though I'll carry the beard quota for everybody.
For now, I do need to shave. I've got all this scruffy shit going on. Just a quick rundown of where I've been over the past 2 weeks. Though, if you've been following my other stuff, you know. Week 1, after coming back from Dublin, I probably had COVID. It was really bad. I didn't get tested, but it left just as quick. So I'm guessing that was the jab, that was the booster doing its job. As you can hear, I still have a bit of a cough left. The problem with that though is I basically just went on a bit of a bender. No excuse. I just got smashed more or less every day, including Thursday. So much so that I passed out like 5 hours before we were meant to go live. So when I woke up, I'm like, no, at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can't even say it's the first time this happened to me. But yeah, here we are. Now, there would not be a third time. Let me assure you.
Insert Irish stereotypes here.
I shared a picture on Twitter a few weeks ago. No, a few days ago, and it was just a bottle of Jameson's, and it said pick a fight with a cop. That's all it was. So it was like saying pick a fight with a cop, and I said this is called an Irish hello. And so I think Sophane liked that one. But yeah, I do apologize, guys. I'm back on the trying to be pseudo professional bandwagon. Let's see how long it'll take before I fuck it up, huh? But the star player in all this though is Mango, who was very cool of just like waiting around, getting on with her day, but always being down for a Thursday that never came till now. So thank you so much, man.
I mean, like, life happens, and I'm not gonna fault anyone for having life just happen. You know,
It's true.
it is what it is.
I've got a few things I just want to say that you guys might be very interested in. For starters, thanks to last night, I got my hands on Total Warhammer 3. I've been playing it all day. My computer can't really run it right now, so I definitely couldn't stream it. But next week, I'll have enough money. I've had enough money this week, but I squandered it, didn't I? But I'd have enough money next week to get myself a new graphics card, which will affect this stream for starters, because that weird trippy stuff that we've shown you guys, including the famous Dark Side Phil picture, that was a hoot. But that'll be a thing of the past. Plus, I'll be able to stream some pretty high top tier games.
It would be nice for me to be able to tell what I'm looking at.
Right. I do feel very self-conscious when we have like a bigger name.
I mean, it's mostly okay. It's okay for video and stuff. It just messes with text real bad.
Right.
Just make the photos funny though.
Oh yeah, no. People like Dirt were amazing at finding like screenshots that were just fucking trippy as shit. Real psychedelic stuff.
I mean, to be fair, it's not that hard to pull off because it's happening all the time.
But as you can see up there, we have a new stream goal. Now, I did say earlier at the start of the year, I want to start going to castles and live streaming it for you guys, and ruined abbeys and just old ruins in general, because I'm in a country full of them. So we have a month to see if we can get enough money to do that. So fingers got them crossed, and I'd like to quietly point out the link in the doobly-doo, where you will also find all the good stuff for Krendar, our guest, both of which are smart enough to have link trees.
Hey, link tree buddies.
And your boy, who is just scattershot, but what else is new? Besides that,
we both ripped off Monty to get the idea to have a link tree.
He was the first. There was no one else before him.
Right. I mean, it is what inspired me to do it, though. But yes, I've heard of it before him. But seeing the shit show doing it was what finally made me go, I should probably do that.
I don't really have that much in the way of linkage, but you know, maybe if I get one or two more things. Yeah. Also, watch this channel for next week. I might as well say now, we have Red Eye coming back, always a trooper. We might have someone else, but Red Eye and I have been tossing the old idea ball back and forth on a show that we might be doing.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Ooh.
I was going to leave that little bit of mystery before we get into it tonight.
Drop by if you want to see Red Eyes and Lev's balls.
They're big and bouncy and full of idea juice, just shooting all over our faces and lower backs over and over again.
I regret making this joke.
I don't. I'm leaning in on it. Fortune favors the pervy.
Reminds me of people where I work, which, as a reminder for people who don't know, is an Italian restaurant. How cooks infamously are dirty-minded people a lot of the time. And in this Italian restaurant, the number of meatball jokes going around.
I'd be more shocked if there wasn't.
Yeah, same.
Serving people up your big meaty balls, etc. Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
The wrong screen. Where is it? And here it is. Right, let's get into our first story of the night, which is also the title. It's also not going to be our only weirdly touchy-feely old man in position of power that we're going to talk about. Our only one, anyway. Yeah. You've probably heard something or seen something about this, but what would you call him? His Holiness, his Divine, his spiritually enlightened, the Dalai Lama.
Asshole. Dalai Lama. Sorry, I thought you were gonna talk about the Pope. Dalai Lama's cool.
Yeah, well, he's a little less cool after this. Let's be honest. This coolness. Oh, you don't know anything about this? You haven't been.
No.
So yeah, I don't know if they'll show.
I'm behind on any news that doesn't have to do with video games right now. So.
To India.
Why?
Dalai Lama has apologized after a video showing him kissing a young boy triggered backlash on social media. It happened at an event in northern India in February.
Why won't it pause? There we
go. I just want to point out you're not sharing it to us.
Oh, you're right. I wouldn't be.
We're looking at our stream.
That's right. Let me.
Or should I say the description of our stream?
Change.
It's a lovely description.
It's a fantastic.
It is. It's very, very to the point.
Here.
There we go.
There you go. Okay, everything's back to normal. May that be the only technical stuff. I've been out of the loop for a few weeks. Give me some slack.
All right, you get one. That's your one.
You know me well enough now. That won't be the only one.
There'll be more, but you don't get excuses for the other ones.
Yay! I get a handicap in my favor, and I still fuck it up. I'm like those game reviewers that fuck up like tutorial missions for like.
The infamous Cuphead reviewer. That guy's never gonna live that down.
February, the Dalai Lama's office says His Holiness, quote, regrets the incident. Vedika Sood joins us now live from New Delhi. I think, Vedika, anybody that's read the Book of Joy with Archbishop Desmond Tutu knows that the Dalai Lama can be a joker.
Very
I think
fancy,
there's no surprise that this has
fancy.
caused outrage, consternation all across the internet and beyond.
And severe backlash for the 14th Dalai Lama as well, Julia. People.
Oh, cool! I can actually pause it with my headphones. Yay! These things are great.
Fancy.
Yeah. All right. So context. Just in case they don't show it. Dalai Lama was up on stage with a little kid, and he hugs him. The kid gives him a kiss on the cheek, and then he gives him a kiss, I think, like on the lips, and then he sticks his tongue out and says, "Suck my tongue."
That's weird.
It's very fucking weird. It's people have been trying to justify it, saying it's a cultural thing because sticking your tongue out in Tibet is a sign of like friendliness when you first meet someone, going back to like the Middle Ages and shit. But it's really sounds like they're clutching at straws here. Like it's fucking weird no matter what way you slice it. He asks this kid to suck on his tongue in front of the fucking world. Even behind closed doors, that'd be worse.
I mean, as bad as that is, also, let's not sweep under the rug the fact that he kissed a little boy on the lips on TV.
Well, okay, so the kissing on the lips really is a cultural thing.
Is it?
You will see that in a lot of places with people that are highly regarded within communities kissing other people on the lips. It happens. Like,
Okay.
that's something that has been around for eons. But the sucking the tongue thing, there's no. You can't. No.
Yeah.
Just no.
You can't just tell a little kid to give you some sugar on stage or anywhere
People have
else.
called it outrageous. They've called it inappropriate across social media after that clip emerged Sunday evening local time here in India. I want to take you through the sequence of events, and I want to make it very clear that it's extremely disturbing for our viewers to actually watch that interaction between the minor boy and the Dalai Lama.
I'm so glad to say that I haven't seen a single bit of footage of this that doesn't have the kid's face blurred out. Everyone's been very cool and just like hiding this kid's face.
In northern India. Now, this incident dates back to February this year.
Yeah,
and what we can see in the video is the boy going up to the Dalai Lama and asking for a hug. The Dalai Lama then calls him on stage, invites him on stage, and also asks him to give him a kiss on the cheek along with that hug, and the boy obliges. Moments later, you see the Dalai Lama then asking him to kiss him on his mouth. And then he brings in the boy's chin, and he kisses the boy on the mouth. Now, this is disturbing enough. And then seconds later, the Dalai Lama asks the boy to actually go ahead and also suck his tongue. This is extremely disturbing.
She's very like fancy, so saying shit like this on telly is like very confusing.
She does not like saying this.
Yeah, now American TV would probably just be like, yeah, I wonder if how far he'd have kept on going. Let's go through the different things he would have said. Or Fox would definitely have done that, and then the guy would have been pulled off the network the day after.
I can almost see Anna Kasparian ranting about this right now in my head.
No, she's too busy having a war with Vosh.
And probably losing.
Big shout out to, of all people, Mr. Beast, who someone tried to do like a transphobic attack on someone in his social circle.
And that was Sunny V2.
And Mr. Beast was like, there's he made a video about how this person will be a nightmare for Mr. Beast to be around because they're trans, and Mr. Beast is like, what the fuck? No.
The video, Sunny V2. I have watched a lot of Sunny V2 stuff. Usually, it's very well informed and talks about like the timeline of various creators who have had steep downfalls for whatever reason. So when he made the video about Chris from Mr. Beast, it was kind of like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And in his video, he was talking about how Chris didn't consider Mr. Beast's bottom line before transitioning.
Yeah.
What does Mr. Beast's bottom line have to do with them transitioning? That's
really weird.
People across social.
Sure enough, like Mr. Beast is like, what the fuck? What angle? Even like they're like, what angle are you going at? What's this all about? And calling out transphobes for being transphobes, which for someone who is, let's be honest here, as mainstream as Mr. Beast, as big as Mr. Beast, if they're gonna call anyone out for being transphobic, that's usually a massive win for the trans community. So this is kind of like massively blown back in their face, the person who made the video. So yeah, just a big overall support. Though I would also be confused if I was in his shoes, because what a weird angle to take. Like, it's going to affect your money that you've come out as trans. Like, okay. I mean, it hasn't affected Bud Light.
Actually, I'm shocked that that's the case. If that's true.
I am not.
What, that they've...
If so, though, great. Good for them.
Yeah, no. their stock went up a little bit because people were talking about Bud Light more. Just any
there you go. Maybe it's one of those things where like people are throwing a fit about it publicly. You know, all the homophobes and shit are throwing a fit about it publicly, but they're still buying it on the side, just not telling anybody.
Oh yeah, they've got to make sure that all of their other like ultra conservative anti-LGBTQ plus people know that, like, oh yeah, I'm against this. So you know they have to have the public outrage.
Yeah, it's like the bigotry version of virtue signaling, right?
Yeah, just give it like 2 weeks and no one's going to be talking about this. It's a cycle. It happens all the time.
Except for Bering, but you know, nobody else.
I'm still shocked that Cobes isn't the spokes. I was gonna say the spokesperson, but the mascot might be better for Bud Light. Because like I was saying this to Magicus, not only is he their biggest fan, he also it would represent a minority, bad boy, cowboy, wizard. He's also a goth, so you know,
the goth cowboy wizard.
Yeah, like there's not that many of them. Plus, he would be representing the great town of Casper, Wyoming. Like,
let's be honest, it's only great because he lives there.
Right?
He makes it great.
Who would think of Casper besides? You know?
I'll be honest, I've never heard of Casper, Wyoming until I watched Cobes.
I never think about Wyoming until like someone brings up
that
Cobes.
too.
Wyoming's a place where there's a lot of wind. I know Casper besides Cobes because it's a place on the map in American Truck Simulator. You can drive through it. That's it.
I'm impressed that we have pedantic pedestrians in chat not knowing what happened with Bud Light.
Oh yeah, Jesus, that's
Wait, Gene's alive?
Assuming that it's John Morgan behind the login right now, anyway.
Yeah,
probably is. Gene, you're alive. That's amazing. Hi.
Is it? I didn't know that was under question, but hello.
By the way, Gene, we still have to work out when you're going to be on for coffee and chat. That's
right,
also.
Let me do my my Shabisky impression. Gene.
Oh, we got some footage of Shabisky being a naughty boy. If you want to watch it after this.
I mean, that's all he ever does.
Well, he's going to be a tad more naughty. That's to say.
Oh, okay.
He said a no word on stream.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he says a no word. The real question.
I don't know if we can put that footage on our stream then.
We have had the word said before. Not on stream properly, but we watched footage of someone say it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can
kind of. We all know context matters on YouTube.
Yeah. But quickly though, I want to show this because you wanted, you brought this up, and I'm like, oh yeah, because I recently saw the Super Mario movie.
Yeah, I need to see that still. But yeah, I was watching one of the podcasts I was watching was talking about how some of the cast showed up for the premiere, because you know how during the premiere, like the actors all show up to watch it together and they have a big event and whatever, and a bunch of the people. Oh, actually, upper left is a good one too. But a bunch of the people will show up like dressed as their characters or something. In this case, a lot of them did like not exactly cosplay, but cosplay adjacent things. But if you bring up the picture at the top left, the Peach one, this is not how Peach dresses in the movie, as far as I'm aware. Although maybe she does for the Mario Kart part, but this is Peach's motorcycle outfit from some of the Mario Kart games. So, and I'm pretty sure this is the actress that played her in the movie. So, she's dressed as her character. And then there's these screenshot I gave you of Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, not dressed as Mario and Luigi, but they are wearing red and green.
I love how they got the little van there.
Yeah, and the sheer irony of the fact that the actor who plays the shorter character is taller than the actor who plays the taller character. But hey, that's acting for you.
And of course, we were pointing out how the suit really doesn't. It's
that
like,
jacket's way too tight.
It is.
Chris's jacket is too tight.
And those pants, like those dress shoes, they're riding. They're like pushing a little bit too high.
Yeah.
You know these pants. Maybe.
Also, I don't really know anything about. Sorry, I thought you were finished. Go. Finish
I'm just saying, maybe no. I was just maybe they just didn't find ones like appropriately sized, and they were just rushing.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, because they had to get the right colors and everything. But I don't know anything about Charlie Day, but from what I understand, he did a great job as Luigi's voice.
Yeah, Charlie Day's a very funny person. He's very much one of those people that when he gets involved in a project, he wants to make sure that he is doing as best as he can so that everyone is happy, including himself.
Well, from what I saw of the trailer, he nailed the voice. And then there's the weird situation I've talked about before, but it's funny because Luigi sounds exactly like what Luigi sounds like in the games. And Mario sounds nothing like what Mario sounds like in the games, and yet I think it's a great Mario voice anyways. It's a different take on Mario, but I think it really works.
All right.
Although I do feel weird saying anything nice about Chris Pratt.
That's fair.
So, the other old man who likes to get a little bit touchy-feely with kids, to the point where it makes us all go, is Joe Biden, who is currently in Ireland, right here. He's, I think, somewhere in Dublin. He's actually coming. He was meant to come up to the countryside near where I am, not literally in this town. Otherwise, I'd have gone out to see him. But the next county over in Mayo, and but there was like a storm yesterday, and I'm surprised the power didn't go out. Honestly, and his plans were changed up. But yeah, he almost gets hit here apparently. So let's have a look. Fix this up for you guys, and oh. Damn. If they were going to assassinate him, look how like exposed he is. Like, I know there must be like security everywhere, but it doesn't look that. Yeah, like
it seemed like it would be an easy time for it, right?
Right. I mean, that kid could have just walked, stopped, took out an Uzi, and opened fire. You know?
Kid? You mean the well-disguised little person who's actually 30 years old?
Look,
trained assassin?
Putin sends his regards.
One of those lacrosse sticks will just take him out if you hit him the right way. Like,
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, that's. I think those are Hurleys. I think it's Hurley they're playing.
I mean, a stiff breeze is dangerous to this man, so.
Absolutely. Well, look, what was I saying about him and kids? He just immediately starts going towards them. Leave him be. That's Leo next to him. Yeah, that's our leader. Or is that Michael? Yeah. But yeah, he's been like just randomly up on he was talking to some people in about the Good Friday Agreement. I think it was like 25 years now, and he was talking to the British PM up in Northern Ireland, and he's been playing up his Irish side like a lot. He's very, 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 very like pro Ireland, which sweet. We're always happy when the US president is aggressively pro Irish.
He said he.
As long as that's the only thing he's aggressively pro.
Yeah.
He wished his mother had been there to see, but he felt sure it was
Would you look at the baby? Would you look at him? He's so smart.
And there's Rebecca Moynihan.
Politicians storing points
Margot,
off
isn't
of
that
babies.
the baby Margot?
a politician having a press shoot with a baby. Say it ain't. Although he looks scared there. Like they've just left. They've just left the baby.
He's holding the baby. He's like, oh no, I'm not the only one that just pooped his diapers.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Well, the president has Situation Brown. Repeat, it's Situation Brown.
Yeah. That's definitely a photograph to treasure. And I don't think we heard a peep out of her all the way through those speeches.
Should I have some pudding? I like pudding.
She's just a few months old, I think.
Where's
and
my
a
ice
very
cream?
special occasion for her mum.
He'll get some passable ice cream here, but I'll be honest with you, he'll get better ones in the UK, especially if he goes down to Cornwall. Oh God, the ice cream.
I mean, have you ever had ice cream that wasn't passable?
Yeah, the really cheap stuff you'd get in like the tubs. You've just taken it out of the fridge, and it's like...
okay, actual dairy ice cream, not the stuff that's made out of fucking like petrochemicals.
Yeah, it's
that stuff doesn't count as ice cream.
True.
Although I do remember when I was a kid once in Toronto, getting an ice cream from some place that I swear had sand in it.
Were you on the beach
nasty.
and it was just like...
No.
Okay.
There was no excuse for it. I was very confused.
Honestly, in all fairness, whenever I'd go to the ice cream van, it would the worst thing I'd get is that they wouldn't have like the particular thing I wanted in stock. Like it's always a good time with an ice cream. So unless of course you're lactose intolerant, then go fuck yourself, I guess.
Look, all of us that are lactose intolerant do not care. We will deal with those consequences later. Ice cream is awesome. So is cheese.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, the people around you will deal with the consequences later. Depending how bad the lactose gets you. For some people, it just makes you a bit gassy.
For most people, when you go and get an ice cream, it's just like a casual thing, maybe even spur of the moment. For you guys, you have to like clear your day. You know, like it becomes the fulcrum of it, like doing a huge amount of edibles.
Worth it.
Definitely worth it.
So, we were talking about Sikhs earlier. This is a douchebag. I think this is in the UK, and it's he wants him to take his turban off, and well, you'll see what's going to happen.
Or we might anyway. There we go.
Yeah, this is definitely England. The beautiful sounds. The beautiful sounds of Denmark.
It's so weird that somebody would get upset about somebody else's turban.
Yeah, he's trying to like throw down. Not only that, he wants him to take off the turban and then get down on his hands and knees and thank him for being in this country.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
What did the turban do to the white dude?
Nothing, but he's the guy wearing the turban just fucking bitch slapped him.
Something.
Yeah.
Are you fucking mad? Are you fucking mad? Are you fucking mad? Are you fucking mad?
Little known thing about Sikhs, they're an incredibly peaceful people. However, they are also trained to defend themselves. Like they are told that if they get pushed into a corner, they have a moral right to fuck shit up. So that's why their logos have sword. That's like their religion actually has swords in the logo. Like it's they have no qualms whatsoever. Unlike Jains, who would literally just like let you beat them up. Or Jans. I can never pronounce it Jans or Jains. Yeah, this motherfucker fucked around and found out, you know?
And found out, yeah. I mean, as we've all heard before, just because you're a pacifist doesn't mean you can't once in a while pass a fist.
Right? But it's pasty fuck, like fucking walking up there with the power of like white nationalism, and he looks like he's the Pillsbury Doughboy, you know. What was it?
Sikhs have been in the UK since like 1850.
Yeah.
So even if it's not anything new.
Plus, even if he only came around last Tuesday, what right did this little fucking ginger knob have? You know?
Absolutely none.
Oh, and look at him hiding. Look at him hiding. Look at his man titties, and he was coming up against this fucker. You know, like bringing the power of superior Western civilization to bear with a haircut that screams, "I'm a default action figure from the 90s." Like, what the fuck? This little shit ain't nothing. Look, he doesn't even know how to do. Like, he's just walking off. Like, this isn't how it went. No, it wasn't gonna be how it went. What I'm more pissed about, though, is all the kids around him didn't just dogpile on him. They all were gonna watch this happen one way or another. That's my major annoyance out of it.
Yeah, that's fucked up. They wanted a show.
Yeah, and they got it, and it was the correct form of the show. It's just, kids, when you see shit like this thing here, like don't let it happen. It's annoying that this guy had to defend himself well. He didn't even punch him. He bitch slapped him all the time. You could hear that. You could hear the slaps on him. You know. Let's watch something a little bit less beady and more eaty. Why is it muted?
I'll tell you why. McDonald's Japan has 2 new flavors of Shaka Shaka potato, easily my favorite part of the Japanese McDonald's menu. For 40 extra yen, you can get these little flavor packets in separate bags, and you can shake them up and take your fries to the next level.
Look, they drew a bunch of smiley faces on the bags.
Flavor. I'm not a huge pickled plum fan, to be honest, but I figured that these would taste.
They have little satchels like ramen packs. Pickled plum fries.
I've never had pickled plum before.
Neither have I.
I'm curious to try that.
It's pretty sour and refreshing. The flavor wasn't too strong and it was actually really delicious. Next up is garlic black pepper mayo, and these are just perfect.
Ooh.
I feel like they taste like steak and shake fries, but I don't really remember. The best part is that these are an excellent weight loss activity. In fact, you probably burn all the calories that you gain from eating them, so honestly, it's the healthiest way to eat your fries. It's also
co-parter, buddy.
Great for your mental health as well. If you're feeling upset, don't go outside and kick the side of your house. Go to McDonald's and eat some fries.
So that's actually a really interesting idea. We should do that, and it should be regional, like a really like Cajun spices down south in America, up north in what would be Canada.
That'd be cool.
What would Canada do?
Or Canada, where the McDonald's burgers actually taste good.
I don't think I went into a McDonald's when I was up in Canada. I guess I'm up there.
I don't remember the last time I've been to one in America. I just know Americans complain about how crap the burgers there are all the time. Even though they all eat there anyway. They're pretty good here though. Like they're not the best thing. Like I'd rather go to like Five Guys or something else. But
yeah, I've been to Five Guys. That's a good shit.
Or Wendy's, or you know.
AW. Speaking of McDonald's, they're building one in our village, so pretty soon we'll have a McDonald's. We'll finally be a part of civilization.
Yeah. As far as I know, Canada's McDonald's has the exact same menu items as the American one. Just better ingredients, maybe? I don't know. It seems to come out better.
This seems oddly familiar. Does either one of you know what this is all about?
Nope.
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went fine, and I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it, because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me.
Not a man.
I'm literally shaking. So this guy, I am alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know.
Oh, man.
How dare he?
why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, "Do not approach me."
As you do.
And he like immediately started going in the other direction. And I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, "Do not approach me. Do not approach me."
And your kid doesn't think you're insane at all.
So she's in a parking lot.
In the middle of the day.
Where there's presumably people and security cameras and all sorts of activity.
And plenty of light.
And a guy just simply says, "Excuse me," and she doesn't know what he wants and just starts yelling at him. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a totally sane thing to do.
I remember this woman. Vosh had her one over. She's like a product of the all those bored housewives who stay at home and watch like the crime and investigation shows on an endless repeat and think that like everyone is out to get them and ship them off to like sex trafficking and shit like that, or they're gonna kill them in offering of Satan or some shit. When in reality, apparently she clarified this later, the guy was probably just homeless and was gonna ask her for some money. So the idea of a poor walking up to her, yeah, she's so like paranoid. This is what America's becoming. It's becoming just this shivering mess, and all of you motherfuckers are armed. Like, no wonder the mass shootings have skyrocketed each and every year. Like, someone coughs wrong and they'll just fucking open fire.
Also, I love the fact that not only are people this neurotic, but then they also purposely post it online to brag about how neurotic they are.
She's literally shaking while posting this on TikTok. What the fuck?
Okay, so to be fair, women like her are actually just like a very small subset. It's just that they're the loudest. So you have people that live their lives very normally all the time. Hi. But we don't post about how normally we live our lives and how not neurotic we are.
Yeah, it's quite possible that women are doing A-okay as a whole.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
we don't get to see it because you guys don't post about it every 5 seconds. That's kind of the point.
Minus the whole we don't have bodily autonomy and reproductive rights anymore. That whole thing.
That's the small detail.
Oh, I didn't need that.
Yeah. You don't worry about it, Toots. Don't worry about it. Okay.
You don't own your own body.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Now, my coffee's running low, and I think it would be great motivation for you to get up and scoot on over to the machine and for a refill. What do you say about it, beautiful?
Wow. Peak 70s misogynist boss.
If I it would be good for morale if you wear that tight little skirt again, by the way.
You should smile more. You have such a beautiful smile.
You should wear more makeup. You look sick when you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Good old fashioned.
It's rough that people actually said shit like that. And some people probably still do.
Yeah.
Oh, they do all the time.
God help you if you ever want to be a female anchor for like a TV network, because you can't just sit down just like coming in right out of like right out of the gym or whatever. You gotta sit down, and not only do you have to doll up, you have to doll up in a very specific way. For example, Fox, for the longest time, you had to be blonde. That was a company prior. You had to be blonde.
And they all had the same sort of outfits, and
very few, even pantsuits. They all had to be dresses and shit. And of course, guys also did have a level of like expectability to them, because we all know about the joke about like the prancing peacock TV pundit, like the news anchor with his giant coiffed hair and shit like that. But like, that was the thing, is they had the choice not to do that. If you wanted a job as a woman, like you have to follow through these things. Now, from something sad, let's look at something sad. Yay! Why is there an ad? That was weird. Texas, upward of 18,000 cows die in an explosion.
Not the cows.
This is the remains of the South Fork Dairy Farm in Dimmitt.
Part of this main part here where the cattle are held is probably a total loss, possibly. The dairy part, there's probably some damage from the smoke and maybe the fire.
Sheriff Rivera says the extent of damage is still under investigation. It all started Monday night when Castro County Sheriff's Office had multiple calls coming in about an explosion and fire. Then more calls came in saying some employees were trapped inside a building.
No,
when
that
officers
people
arrived,
were hurt
they found
too.
only one worker inside.
Dimmitt Fire personnel entered with their self-breathing apparatuses and were able to pull that person out. Eventually, that person was flown to Lubbock by AeroCare to UMC.
We have learned that worker is a woman and remains in critical condition at last check.
Security monitor lizard, I do remember that. And now everyone always wants like Tucker Carlson to get the bow tie era back because he was less of a piece of shit in our collective memories. I mean, he still would have been a piece of shit, but he would have been more mask on at the time. Plus, you know, he was trying something different. You gotta get who was that guy who used to wear an ascot on like TV? He was a black guy.
Oh, no, I was thinking somebody else.
Well, let's hear who you thought it was.
I was trying to remember the name. Yeah. Oh, Glenn Beck. I was thinking Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck wore an ascot?
I think he's done it before.
Okay.
I think he has a few times. Not all the time.
Upwards of 18,000 cattle also died. Now for the cause,
he's definitely an ascot kind of a personality, though, isn't he?
I can see it. A honey badger, and that is what sucks. It's like a vacuum that sucks the manure and water out, and it's possibly that it got overheated, and probably the methane and things like that might have.
So it was a fart explosion.
And suddenly there was a lot of steak.
Yeah, I was thinking like, what about all the meat? Is it just gonna go to waste? They couldn't even feed it to like put it to a dog food company or something like that. But like it was a fart explosion. That's the weirdest part to me. Just the backlog of so much waste just resulted in what was probably the smelliest fireball that cow would ever see. Definitely it would be. It was probably the only one I ever saw too. Oh, you know, this is weird, but it could be worse. You could be in Richmond. Indiana plastic recycling plant had a massive fire, and there's possible.
Wonder what's now in the air. I'll tell you, burnt plastic. That's what's in the air.
Yeah, and possibly asbestos on the ground.
Fun.
Yep.
I've always said that place is going to go up in flames one day, and it sure did.
This massive fire at a large recycling plant putting out toxic smoke could burn for days. Officials say 14 acres of plastics stored on the property. But with this site especially, it wasn't a matter of if, but when, with city officials aware the operations were a fire hazard.
The issue was a unsafe building and unsafe grounds.
And putting the blame squarely on an owner of the recycling plant.
That business owner is fully responsible for all of this. We have the unsafe building order and the recorded court documents, and everything that's ensued here, the fire, the damages, the risk that our first responders have taken and the risk these citizens are under are the responsibility of that negligent business owner.
An evacuation order is in place for a half-mile radius. Around 2,000 residents ordered to evacuate, including one who lives at the heart of it.
I can see from the debris that some of it was on fire and it hit the trees, the tree line, and the trees immediately ignited.
When she got the evacuation order, she didn't hesitate to leave her home.
When they said evacuate, I didn't have shoes on, I had socks on, and I left my purse, my shoes, I left a lot of things, personal things, you know, at the house and just got in the car and drove away.
For health officials, their key concern now is hazards from the smoke.
These are very fine particles, and if they're breathed in, can cause all kinds of respiratory problems. Burning of the eyes, tightening of the chest. It could aggravate asthma, it could cause bronchitis and all kinds of things.
The EPA monitoring particulate matter, looking for toxic chemicals. Residents are being told to stay indoors, but the uncertainty is causing concerns and frustrations.
Yeah, it's hard to say what's going into the city air right now.
We would like to know that it is safe to be able to breathe the air.
It's not safe to breathe.
It's not.
Air. Yeah.
You already know it is definitely not.
It's
fucking hell.
Yeah, and apparently the fire department had been on their asses for ages saying, this is an exact disaster waiting to happen. Could you fix it? And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Nope. This year is going to be the year of American toxicity, I think. Just the sheer amount of toxic chemicals pumped out, the spills, the crashes at the start of the year with all the trains, this.
Oh yeah, the train stuff is still going on. Like, they're still discovering more toxic shit that's in the ground over at East Palestine, Ohio. And then you've got like 2 more trains that had crashed in Ohio carrying dangerous chemicals, and then some in other states that are carrying dangerous chemicals. It's not looking good for us, but we're really not surprised.
No, we honestly, it's not even like halfway through the year yet. I was wondering how much more of this is going to happen. You guys still have to have the summer, and then probably like storms in the winter. Not to mention all like the natural disasters you guys have been having, like those. Also, the tornadoes that's been going through as of late.
Oh, speaking of weird weather, I just want to point out it is 28 degrees Celsius outside here right now, and there's still a big pile of snow at the front of our property here.
Damn, that's...
So, walking past a giant mound of snow wearing shorts and sandals, it's been a weird day. What the hell, climate?
Yeah, the important thing is that long before we destroy ourselves in atomic fire, the angry, vengeful planet that we live on will kill us off long before.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, we get to see people like Bjorn and Blade. Also, Benpai was in an earlier footage with these guys, which I thought was interesting. But then I'm like, wait, yeah, yesterday he was live streaming around like a big park, so I guess he's been hanging out with some of the IP2 crowd today.
Oh, my condolences.
The previous footage, Ben looked very like uneasy when he was talking to Bjorn when they were out in public, and I was just there like, dude, why the hell? Like, he's not even filming it on his end. Other people are filming it. Just leave.
Just walk away. It's okay.
You can't take the glass. Why not? Oh no. Fuck it.
Wonder if Ben's still with them. Is that him? Yeah, there he is.
Instant answer to your question.
Do you have my speaker? Okay.
He's still there and studiously ignoring them.
You give it to him?
Just go ahead.
At least Blade's not asking Ben who he is like 7 times in a row. First time he did that, he was like, "Hey man, so who are you again?" And like 10 minutes later, he just come back because Blade. We were watching Blade last night, and I completely forgot his whole front teeth are missing. Like he wears falsies, and he took them off at the end of a video, and I think BBB was there in the chat with me, and we were like, "Wow, fuck!" Like we just completely forgot. Plus, when he was asking for his girlfriend back, he was like, "You know where my girlfriend is? You know my girlfriend, the squirter." To like random strangers.
That's a hell of a way to describe your girlfriend to someone that you don't know.
The stranger should have looked confused until he said the squirter, and then they'd be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I know her."
I love Bjorn. He's so fucking funny. He doesn't even realize that he's funny.
I'm really happy for you. I know you like.
Look at Ben not making eye contact.
Good for him.
Let's go out and place for NP.
I am from Denmark.
Let me see the speaker.
I am from Denmark, you know.
All right, we're gonna get you. You're gonna pee, okay? I can do that.
I can just pee in the water, sir.
You can't just pee in the water.
Yeah.
He just wants to find a place to pee.
Yeah. No, Bjorn, we'll get you a restroom. I love you, Bjorn, and that shit's funny.
Let him pee where he needs to. It's all gonna go back into the water anyway.
Do it real quick. If you're gonna do it now, or no, we'll find you a restroom.
Oh, so you're lying?
I'm just saying, if you want to do it real quick.
I love how he's being all sneaky about it while he's filming him live. Like,
right. Do it quick so you don't get caught.
Hey chat, we're all whispering right now, so no caps, okay?
Is he coming or what? Okay. Yes.
Bjorn, by the way, sounds like Werner Herzog so much. It's creepy.
You call me Blade, Brian. I don't care.
Blade, I pissed in the water over there.
I pissed in the water.
I gotta pee so bad. I have to pee so bad.
Everyone needs to pee.
No, let's go. We got other places. Thanks, boss. Appreciate it. Baby. Oh, we gotta go this way.
Be behind the container.
Oh, there's a house over there.
Behind the container.
I'll figure it out. I love you. I love you, Ewan.
Yeah, but you have to pee.
I know, I have to pee. Baby, where we going? Okay.
Pee.
Okay.
Pee.
Yeah, it needs some piss.
What?
Never mind.
You don't have time to film anymore.
Just find somebody and offer to pay them if you pee into an empty can and then they drink it. And then it's the cycle of life. Yeah, that sounds like it would be good content because the chat will pay you. You can then pay the homeless person because almost certainly it'll be a homeless person, and then then you don't have to deal with the pee anymore, and they can go off and find their own pee location.
Behind the container.
Bjorn, I got this. I'm not trying to get arrested. Okay.
Okay, you can walk in there.
Yeah. I see.
And you pee in the workers.
Yes.
He's so confused by the concept of pissing in public. You're going around the corner, yeah?
Workers are always stupid. That's why they're workers. See that? There you go. To the left. See? There. Wait, and pee behind that truck there. Behind the back wheel.
The one that I'm obviously pointing at. I hope someone just screams, "He's pissing back there!"
He's just inspecting the back wheel of that truck. We have 1,008. I cannot see when my glasses on.
And that was the saga, apparently. Okay, that was fascinating.
Why
Yeah,
didn't
so
they pee
fascinating.
before they left wherever they were eating at?
Yeah, they couldn't have been that much. Well, then again, maybe Blade got them kicked out. This guy sounds Irish or Scottish. Who? Bjorn or me? Because you'd be right about some of it. But look, listen. The point is, you'll miss the P saga because if I'm right, yeah, from piss to piss. Am I right?
Oh
How's it
no.
going, guys? Jared Genesis here. I gotta talk.
Piss to other kind of
loud
piss.
because I didn't feel like changing the sound.
Remember that one?
So hopefully it's not buzzing in your ear.
Yeah. If he's got a jug, you know what's inside it. By the way, that's what his glaze is. Like he always has that weird film about him. He just rubs it all over his body as a sort of like deterrent for flies. But then of course it just increases the amount of flies on him at all times. So he thinks, oh, I need to pour more piss on myself, and it's an endless cycle. It's also why he looks so shiny.
But you know, guys, I just wanted to talk to you today about my opinion on something. And
what could it be?
Is a bit strange, and I'm sorry if the screen goes dark too, because my lighting sucks ass. But like,
let me just film right here in front of the fucking window that will constantly shift the lighting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Holy fuck! Look at my fucking eyebrow. That's amazing. I've got like a really big fucking. Look at that motherfucker, dude. I wish they were all that long. I would look like an old like kung fu movie star, like back in the 70s. See if I can yank that fucker. Ugh. Got that son of a bitch.
Most interesting thing that happened to him all day.
Himself on camera. Oh, it's still there. Look at that son of a bitch. Oh fuck! It doesn't want to go. That's all right. We'll fuck with that shit later.
This is a video.
Note, guys.
He uploaded this.
You know, I think a lot about Kurt Cobain because he's one of my favorite musicians. And he was one of those like savants. I actually have a pair of Kurt Cobain sunglasses. Hold on.
He wasn't a savant because he was trained to play the instruments. A savant isn't. They just take to it naturally. That's what a savant is. He was. You could say that he was a natural, but he wasn't like. Or he was incredibly talented. He was a. You can call him a whiz kid, but still, like
you call him Maurice.
Woohoo!
Oh. Thank you.
This is on par with what Cobes does, but Cobes uploads them as live streams. Like at least then you could, and he's usually so shit-faced he doesn't know what's going on. Like.
Yeah, there's a reason for him to do it then. Like,
what is that? SKITCHIN.
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 That sounds like some 80s ass shit going on there.
It's a Genesis game, so not too far off.
Check that shit out.
Wow, I got glasses. Amazing.
Yeah, like
the most bland shades ever.
Maybe he'll get like a little indoor, one of those little plastic indoor windmills, hand windmills. You know, like you turn it around, and kind of like spins. The ones that you get when you were like 5.
Yeah. Also, I like how most of the stuff that he's pasted up on his wall is stuff that he's just clearly like cut out of magazines.
Right. He's just destroyed like these magazines.
It's not just posters. He just like clips stuff out and tapes it to the wall.
For this, I seriously think it was a poster once. So he bought a poster that was to go up on the wall, and then he cut it that way. It's just
for some reason.
Yeah. Like,
well, he had to make room for all the other things he cut out of his magazines to go next to it.
That looks like a printed screen right there. I think that's the Final Fantasy, like original Final Fantasy logo. And I think he just like found.
I can't see it well enough to tell.
Do this in honor of Kurt, man, because he used to wear glasses.
It kind of looks like there's almost like a YouTube text box. Did he like screen capture it and print it?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't exactly have rhinestones on them, but you know, I got to keep things swaggy up in here.
Oh yes, you're well known for your swag.
Guys, in all seriousness, actually, I probably shouldn't wear these when I'm talking about serious shit. You know what I'm saying?
He says while still grinning.
But
laughing.
So Kurt Cobain's death.
Wow.
Total shit.
Well, that's topical.
Oh, it's such a total shift.
I know a lot of people believe
I'm just
that
looking at the
Courtney
title
did
of his
it, and I
thing
used
now.
to think that too.
Could
like,
Dave Grohl have
100%
killed Kurt
homie.
Cobain?
I mean 100%.
I doubt it.
Dog. Like,
It's possible he could have like rolled over him in a car. In theory, I guess.
In a car while the car was wielding a shotgun.
I'm just picturing now him with the giant grin from the Mentos ad spoof.
Mm-hmm.
Think that. Now I'm starting to think other things, dude, and it's just my sixth sense is like beaming with this, bro, and I'm really starting to believe this. As crazy
Your
as
sixth
it is,
sense.
homie.
Oh God, does he have hives?
I try to get fucking comfortable here. Holy shit.
Sixth
man.
Sense. That sounds like sorcery. I don't think God likes
So-
sorcery. Mr. Christian boy.
Let's talk about him, dude.
Oh,
Mr. Foo Fighters.
Mr. Foo
fucking,
Fighters.
What's
He
his
fought
name?
that
Holy
flu,
shit,
all right.
I actually forgot his name. That's a very big brain fart right there, dude.
Which reminds me of wasn't there a Robot Chicken sketch with Mr. T trying to link up with the Foo Fighters so he could fight some Foos?
I think so, yeah. Can I just point out how lopsided all these posters are? I mean, hold on. Jesus Christ, is hay fever coming in? Like, what the fuck? But he's got like all this empty space here, and then all this extra heavy stuff. Like, shouldn't he even out more?
It's a work in progress. He's got more crap he needs to paste up on the right.
He's too busy to do it right now, of course. I mean, that's he's too busy.
He's too busy closing the case on getting Dave Grohl arrested for murder.
Also, is he going gray?
Well,
I think he might just be gray at this point.
Yeah, he's got like a Brillo pad for hair. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It'll come to me eventually, but yeah, Mr. Fugu, Mr. Foo Fighters.
Fugu.
Mr. Okay, it's not coming to me.
fucking stop the recording, delete the file, start again.
Or just don't do it at all. Like, just stop the recording, delete it, and go
Delete
find
the
something
channel.
else to do.
Yeah, that's possible.
So,
two-way symmetrical.
Why do I think that maybe
the
he
background
killed
is
him?
triggering
Well,
Gene.
let's just be honest. Show business, the industry,
I like his
the
LSD frog,
entertainment
though.
industry, it changes people, dude.
Body, soul.
I believe there is a cabal in Hollywood, okay? So sue me, I'm a crazy fucking tinfoil hat, but I really
Of course,
do.
Parappa.
After the stories that I've heard, and just to like the subliminal messaging, you know, with the whole, ooh, you know, corny shit that people do.
What the fuck? Was that the okay symbol? That like
Oh my God, he's dog whistling.
That you have.
I don't think even white nationalists want these motherfucker in their community. Like,
Why not? He's pretty much representative of all the rest of them.
I know that makes it too real for them. They're kind of like, oh, is that really us? No. He's the one that's wrong.
Oh, he single-handedly stopped fascism by holding up a mirror to the rest of them and making them realize what shitheads they all were.
I see the signs everywhere. I know
He's
you
a
guys
hero.
see them too. You know, All-Seeing Eye of Horus, 666. Everyone does them, man.
Oh God, he's going full vigilant Christian now. Everything will be satanic.
Not a coincidence, dude. I don't care what you say. They're just doing the peace sign. No, they're not, motherfucker. Okay, they're
Who
saying
still
they're
does the
Lucifer.
peace sign?
And guys, I'm just gonna be real.
He's
with you,
out
man.
of
I think
breath.
that this guy, whose name I
From
fucking
talking.
forget,
He
got
looks
his
like a
thing.
belly button.
He sold
True.
his soul for it. He did, and I think he used Kurt as a fucking blood sacrifice. 100%, bro. I do. I really do fucking believe that. And is
Yes.
More about how stupid you are.
The devil convinced Kurt to kill himself in the form of self-doubt and a heroin addiction. That seems a little bit more grounded. Like if the devil, if there was literal like blood coming out of like the walls and shit, and like two-headed cats whispering in tongues around her, then maybe you'd have a little bit more to work off, you know? Maybe there'd be something to go, hold on, he's making a lot of good points that I never connected up to now. All those headless babies wandering around definitely makes you think.
Oh yeah, I saw one of those last week.
Isn't it strange? Isn't it fucking strange that he recently came out with a movie where he actually kills his own band? Isn't that fucking strange? Is that a coincidence?
That's
maybe
not strange.
Is that a coincidence? Maybe. No, the premise itself is wrong, so there's no maybe involved. Also, what are those things? Those look like just scraps of paper he's done up there. They don't even have any images.
Look, those are paper scraps where he's writing down all of his conspiracy theories about Dave Grohl.
Very, very, very tiny writing.
Conspiracy theories? What are you talking? You mean accurate facts?
Oh, yeah, it couldn't have been like the depression that Kurt Cobain was dealing with and the addiction and the sense of doom that he felt like all the time. Like it couldn't have been all of those things. It was Dave Grohl.
Yeah, it was Dave was the he was basically the head of like a satanic cult with like a big red robe at all times, but this big grinning teeth underneath. Oh, I want to see that now in like a music video. Oh, imagine if he then released that music video like Jared would be like, I told yous all. The devil went down to Georgia to find a belly button, a lint from Flint.
I gotta say something else too, okay?
Do you have to though?
Courtney Love
really?
made it very clear that Kurt and the drummer did not get along.
Oh well, you know Courtney. She's always
maybe. I don't really know. I don't know Courtney personally. I mean, I really can't say for sure.
I mean, we both shared a meth pipe that one time, but you know.
But I will say this.
That was more of a work thing.
Music. I'm not gonna lie. I love Courtney Love's music, bro. Hole was the shit. That's one of the best female bands.
I just can't wait until she like blocks him on social media, and then he'll be like, "I fucking hate that bitch, Courtney Love."
In my opinion, but look, dude. You know, you guys, you can think what you want, and that's fine. I get it.
We will.
I think that I'm a fucking conspiracy nut. I understand.
That's not what we think about you, in all fairness. We think other things about you. Like how you like kids. That's usually what we think about. When we look at you, we're like, you like kids. You like kids. You also want to kill your own dad. You know, it's just, you know. That's huge. The fact that you are like one of the most disgusting people, physically disgusting. Like you
and
are
mentally.
Oh, 100% mentally. I mean,
you know what? I've realized I cannot trust a dude named Jared because all of the Jareds that I know about, like kids, Jared from Subway, Jared Genesis, Jared Drake
shit.
Bell. Drake Bell's
I don't know
first
who
name
that
is
last
Jared.
one is, but I probably don't want to either.
From Drake and Josh, he was in
know what that
like,
is.
all that and all that other stuff from Nickelodeon. He was huge.
Oh, okay. Huge.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, his first name is Jared, and guess what? He got tried and convicted for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Like,
Uh-oh.
Jareds are terrible.
Jareds are terrible. We need like almost like a savior of the Jared race to come in. Like they'll cure cancer or some shit like that. Just to balance it out, you know. Maybe in 1,000 years, for example, we'll have a Hitler that will have, like, I don't know, saved us from an alien invasion, or, you know, invented an instant bagel. That sounds really good. She's let's see. I don't think we need to look at this lump of phlegm. Oh, he does kind of remind me of a Nurgling though, from like Total Warhammer. Because the way they move, they're just these big balls of phlegm and snot to just bounce around. And I am thinking that, yeah, I can see him. See a lot in that. But you gotta be this guy. Like, his eyes are always the most telling part. He reminds me of Marshall Mathers the Fourth. Like, there's
blank, soulless eyes.
Right. It's that line from the fucking from Jaws. You know, black like a doll's eyes. You know, like
there's nothing going on in there.
Right. All right. Let's finally move on to something good. But before we do that, if you've been enjoying the stream, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the links down below for our guests, for my co-host, for myself, and that includes the Streamlabs, where if you give anything, Krendar will get his cut. That's what the BB stands for. And I will be a little bit closer to getting I'm taking you guys out for a live stream for the ruins. Great thing is I don't have to worry about travel, but I do need money to get back here in the form of like not get back here, sorry, to get some credit on my phone so I can live stream it when I'm actually at the location.
Nice.
Assuming that I go to a place that has nearby a cell tower. Some of these places are out in like fields, you know. But let's go and watch a. Oh, beforehand though, this is a short one.
I just want to say real quick. I got to point out that Raisin is just adding more evidence to the Jared pile. She only ever knew one Jared, and he was a Jehovah's Witness, so that doesn't really help the Jared case much.
Jared does sound like a good name for a Jehovah's Witness, doesn't it? Like you can picture him in the head with the pseudo suit and all that. Let's yeah.
To many people, Florida is an.
Oh, it's Mr. Excitement.
Yeah, he posed his face. He looks.
Screenshot.
The joy, the sheer joy on Charlie's face.
Let's get some photoshops of this.
I'm so happy I could breathe.
I'm so happy I could have an emotion.
Oh wait, no, there it goes. I'll always say.
Never mind, it was a fart.
He asked people to roast him one time, and the best thing ever came back. You have the voice of an unenthusiastic hand job.
Oh.
Seriously,
how does anybody like this guy? He's got no personality.
Out of a fantasy novel like Narnia.
I think he has some interesting shit.
With drugs and human trafficking.
He just sounds like he doesn't, but if you listen to what he says, he's actually like, oh, he's actually pretty much on point.
All right.
I call Florida home. I've lived in this utopia for all 28 years of my life, and I've got to tell you, I swear with my hand on a stack of Bibles, there's nowhere else I'd rather live, being completely truthful. Born and raised from the womb to the tomb in Florida. Well, I guess not womb to tomb, because I'm pretty sure Florida's going to be underwater within the next 20 years, but hey,
20
we're on
tomb.
A tight schedule, I guess. We're on the clock now, and that only makes the time we have with Florida even more special.
Atlantis.
That expression, the star that burns brightest.
Whoa, I just pictured like in the distant future, they're going to be going into like underwater expeditions to the lost city of Atlantis, but it's actually just Disney World. Like, there'll be these, like, future subs all going around, and like, the legends, they're true. They worship this mouse a lot.
Oh, wow, there's all these underground tunnels. And all of these other things. No, that's just where the cast members hang out.
That is very applicable to Florida. It is a shining star of a state. That little hemorrhoid on the USA, that's right. That's Florida, baby. So anyway, I was feeling awfully patriotic today.
It's America's
I
wang.
wanted to celebrate some Florida enthusiasm by talking about a few stories that I've just been thinking about a lot over the last couple days since I learned about them because they're so wacky. Florida has a reputation for producing the most outrageous headlines ever, which is why Florida Man has been like a coined phrase for quite a few years now.
Florida Man
is just always referring to the crazy
Florida
stories that
Man.
can only really happen in Florida. And there's just some that I've really been thinking about that have happened recently. The first story is almost wholesome in its stupidity. So a man stole an electric scooter from Target and then assembled it outside the Target he had stole it at. So he was out there assembling this electric scooter for quite a long time, which gave the police ample opportunity to show up and arrest him.
That's so Florida, man.
I wonder if he asks them for like advice. Hey man, like, do you know how to put this in thing here? Like, I've been trying it for like 10 minutes now.
Oh, he's like, yeah, I'm having trouble with this. Can you hold that part for me for a second?
I think I'm missing a part. Let me go back in there and steal something real quick.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Stand up. Huh? Stand up. I'm gonna detain you for a second.
He's very confused about the whole
Put it
thing.
down. Yes, sir.
Jimmy Neutron's already been hard at work assembling this device. You can see the electric scooter box right next to him, so he's taking it out, he's following the instructions and putting it together. And usually these aren't exactly quick
He has
projects,
national
the
pride
authorities
right
have
now.
plenty of time to not only receive the call from Target, but to then go ahead and stop for lunch if they wanted to, and then still show up in time to arrest this guy. He was out there for quite a while building the scooter, so the police showed up and probably were beyond surprised to see that he was still there. This was probably like a jump scare for them as well, that this guy who had stolen a scooter like 30 minutes ago was just outside putting it together.
I don't know about a jump scare, but... Oh, and he's topless too.
You know why I'm
Of
detaining
course
you?
he is.
No? Okay. Once I get these on you, I'll explain it to you. We'll get it all figured out, alright? Alright.
A confounding mystery, no doubt. Why would this good Samaritan just casually putting together the electric scooter he just stole possibly be getting arrested or detained here? Something
am I
that
being
science
detained?
can't
Am I
quite
being
explain,
detained?
I suppose. I just really like this whole idea here. He
Am I
steals
the
the scooter and he's like,
am I
"Alright,
the stealer or the
this is in
stealee?"
the box. Well, guess I'm gonna have to put this
They're
shit
stealing
together like
him.
it's some fucking Legos, and he just does
They
it
are.
outside the Target he stole it at. He could have taken that anywhere else, literally anywhere else. He could have taken it to like a nearby park, or even just on the sidewalk somewhere.
Or
and
he
started
could
putting
have
it together,
not
but instead
stolen it.
He puts it together at the danger zone, the hot spot where he had just committed a crime.
I like how he's suggesting
Buy the
he could
scooter?
have taken this anywhere else and assembled it in different public places.
He could have taken it to his
wanna answer
local
that question?
church and got the
Caught him with
the
his hand in the
congregation to
cookie
help
jar.
him.
Yeah.
With that question, he asks if he bought the scooter, to which he receives no reply. So then the reality starts to sink in for this guy. I'll go ahead and break down the story here, though it's not super interesting, very generic. Target employees saw him grab the Razor electric scooter, so then they just called the police on him, who then showed up and arrested him because he was outside fucking building the thing. What I really love so much about this one is the fact that this is actual, like, Skyrim NPC behavior. So this guy committed a crime. He takes the scooter. He's
Alright,
almost
alright.
a huge scheme. It's a $1 million plus milk theft.
What? $1 million worth of milk. So, I wonder
That's a
if
lot
this.
of milk.
Wonder if this ties directly into the all the dead cows. We're through the looking glass here. Also, who'd want that much milk in Florida? I mean, that shit's gonna congeal so quickly. Oh, everyone there just drank
This is actually like a whole crime group, like the fucking milk mafia.
the squeezins from the alligators. Alligator
I like me
squeezins.
some.
They got together and
I like
hatched
me
the
some
perfect
squeezins.
crime, like Ocean's 11.
They've just got like this earthen jug, and they're just like squeezing this little alligator of all this weird juice.
Wasn't New Vegas the Fallout that had like snake squeezins as an item you can get?
Yeah.
Something like Not snake. It was some sort of mutant creature thing.
I
yeah.
forget what it was. I know you got it might
Some
have
sort of
been
stealth predator thing.
Night Stalker, the Night Stalkers.
Yeah, Night Stalker squeezins.
Yeah, and blood sausage, which they never quite described what blood sausage was.
I mean, I think it's pretty
They
self-explanatory.
decided they were going to steal a fucking ton of milk. A lot of dairy products. It actually goes pretty.
All right. He's kind of, ironically enough, he's milking these stories a bit. Like, after a few seconds, we know what's going on. Let's go.
I mean, I think he has to.
Yeah.
But 5 Milkian daughters. That's right, Gage. Sausage. Yes. What we got?
Well, we have to start with this.
Today we
Peepsy
head
sausage?
north to the neighborhood of Albany Park, Chicago, to try the American City-themed hot dogs of Hot Dog Station, located right across the street.
That's a busy building. Holy shit! Like,
they gotta stand out.
Well, they've definitely succeeded, but considering their main rival has a slightly blue set of paneling here, I think they've kind of plopped. I think they overdid it a little bit. Also, this signage here is kind of off-putting. It's slightly bent, like somebody took a crowbar to some of the words afterwards.
Located right across the street from an actual train station. It may be small, but this restaurant
is really nice
huge
inside.
hot dog flavors. They also have burgers and stuff, but you know, I'm no burger expert. They have so many hot dogs to try, but there's so little time. So I picked 4 dogs that sounded most pleasing to my gut. We're starting off with what else? The Chicago dog. A Vienna beef hot dog topped with mustard, relish, diced onion, tomatoes, pickles, sports peppers, a light dusting of celery salt, and
The fuck is a
served on
sports
poppy
pepper?
seed bun. All it took was one bite for me to...
We already gone through this. Remember? We checked it out. They're like little tiny peppers.
Yeah, but I forgot. It's such a weird name.
You said that as
They're
such
just,
an old
all
man.
They are.
I
All they
forgot.
are little tiny, like, they're like a hot chili pepper. And the reason that they call them sports peppers is because they're specifically used on, like, stuff at stadiums.
Like the hot dog. Yeah, good for hot dogs and stuff. That makes
Clear
sense.
this one of the best hot dogs in
I'll
all
ask
of
again
Chicago.
next time it comes up.
It's savory, it's crunchy, it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Should you fly to Chicago just to try it? Pretty close. It's at least worth a 30-minute train ride. 9.9 out of 10. Next, we have the LA
Damn.
dog. It's a grilled bacon wrap hot dog loaded up with ketchup, mayo, mustard, red and green peppers, and jalapenos. But despite
Okay.
all those
Damn.
peppers, it's actually not super spicy. It's got an excellent crunch.
Well, that's
and
'cause
that
only one of those
bacon-wrapped
peppers is
hot
actually
dog is
spicy,
a nice
though.
touch of class. I will say that I have to agree with the majority of Chicagoans that ketchup just doesn't belong on a hot dog. Not a fan of the mayo either, but it's still one heck of a dog. 8.5 out of 10.
This
Third
is
up
good
is
so
the
far.
Baltimore dog. This dog is also wrapped in bacon, but this time it's deep fried and topped with melted cheddar and grilled onions. Now this is a hot dog I can get behind. It's a flavor explosion. The melted cheese is awesome and works perfectly with the grilled onions. Mrs. Sausage and I both love this dog. 9.5 out of 10. Finally, we have the Long Island dog. It's a chili dog, beans included, topped with mustard, onions, and sauerkraut. The hits don't stop coming. This is another absolutely fantastic dog.
That sounds good
But
except for
let's
the
be
onions.
honest, it's
Fuck
hard to
the
mess up a
onions.
chili dog unless you're
Ground the onions. Like turn it into a powder and then put it over it. That way,
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
that way the texture isn't like just being crunch into that weird
Yeah.
oniony. You know that gritty
Yeah.
onion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a Sonic drive-thru. I loved everything about this dog. Great chili, great sauerkraut, great all-around hot dog. 9.5 out of 10 as
This was a
in the end,
standout.
Mrs. Sausage and I were both blown away by the quality and flavor
Which is
of
nice
these
because a lot of the
dogs.
ones in
I
the
don't think
past
I
have been
can
real
recommend Hot
flops.
Dog Station enough.
Absolutely. This could actually be the top so far.
It's
And I
ironic.
am
It's funny in a
thoroughly
way because
convinced at this point that if your
this
hot
this
dogs
place has
aren't
such a
made with
bland
Vienna beef,
name for their business. Like Hot Dog Station. That's a terrible name, but apparently the food's amazing.
The building is like striking. You'd be able to spot it from a mile away. You go inside and it's really like vibrant, and they've got a good theme going on, which of course is like hop on the rails, see America, and this is what each one of these cities are going to taste like. And apparently they nail it. So yeah, this place is cool.
You might as well be eating out of the trash like a raccoon, but I digress. Top marks for Hot Dog Station.
I want to try their burgers now too.
Yeah, too bad he didn't
Just out of
stay
curiosity.
and just like try something else, and not just the sausages.
I mean, he's got to stay on brand, right?
True. Plus, you know, he just ate 4 hot dogs. Like he's not as heavy as me. Like he probably would be like, all right, now I'm a little bit full, just a little bit.
Time to go for a walk. Burn that off.
Damn right. Speaking of, here's another one.
Hello, sausage fans! Today we're back in Lincoln Park to try Chicago's Doghouse. No, we haven't been here before. All these places just have similar sounding hot dog pun names. Chicago's Doghouse is a hole in the wall with very limited seating, but plenty of hot dogs and sausages. Just look at the menu. There's too many things to try in one sitting.
Jesus.
So I opted for the Animal Kingdom special. 7 unique sausages made of wild game animals. First up, we have the kangaroo sausage, topped with cheddar cheese, buttermilk ranch, and fried onions. It's a dense sausage with a little bit of sweetness to it. It's not bad, but it's also not great. It's a unique taste that can only be described as almost beef and not quite pork. 7 out of 10. Second is the rattlesnake and rabbit sausage. It's also got Colby cheese, barbecue sauce, and hot giardiniera peppers. This one is pretty gosh darn tasty. Rattlesnake and rabbit are pretty lean meats, so it's a little on the dry side, but nothing that barbecue sauce can't handle. This one is definitely worth a try if you're in the area. 8.5 out of 10.
I'm guessing he shared this with the wife overall.
Yeah, like he's taking a bite out of it and then moving on. Yeah. I'm guessing.
Well, the first bite's for the review, then after that they share for the meal, I guess. You know.
But did you notice the other ones? He was basically just hogging the whole things. Like, so he loved it so much.
Sure, yeah. Well, he only got 4 then, you know. Only 4 hot dogs,
Classic
I say.
bratwurst condiments of mustard, onions, and sauerkraut. This one pretty much tastes like a
Well, now
thick
what's
hot
this
dog.
cost?
7.5 out of 10. Fourth is the apple brandy duck sausage with Swiss cheese, Dijon mustard, and caramelized onions. This one was Mrs. Sausage's favorite. Would you know there's duck in there? Probably not, but it tastes
Shame, I
fancy.
love duck.
It's a sausage I can imagine having a glass
I would
of
probably
champagne
know.
with. 8.5
Duck is
out of
pretty
10.
distinctive
Fifth
if you've
is
had
the
it before.
Wagyu jalapeno and cheddar sausage, and it tastes like a
Ooh.
spicy long hamburger. The jalapeno and cheddar is overpowering any subtle flavors that Wagyu may have brought to the table, and it kind of tastes like a hot dog that was made on one of those rusted out, free-to-use grills at the park. 7 out of 10. Sixth
Probably
is
a
the
waste of
Hercules
Wagyu,
sausage.
but still
this is
sounds
lamb
good.
that has been spiced with whatever
This
they
man
spice.
has taken Wagyu and put it in a sausage. Like, he's turned it into a terrible sausage.
Yeah, but he's done it as a joke.
Yeah. Actually, he was smart enough to only cut off what he needed because he did not want to waste the remainder of the meat. So he was just there like, yeah, I'm not going to waste this.
Euros with, and served on a pita with plenty of tzatziki sauce as well. Unique?
Get that onion out of
Does
there.
it taste like a euro? You know it, brother. Would I order it again? Probably not. If I want a
Yeah.
euro, I'll just get it the traditional way. 7 out of 10. Lastly,
Hercules,
we have Chance
Hercules.
the Snapper sausage,
Hercules.
also known as the alligator sausage, served with caramelized onions and sweet chili sauce. This one has
God,
got
they
quite
are
a
just
bite.
aggressively attacking you now, Krendar. There's onions everywhere.
I know. How dare they?
To it.
It's okay if they're
seasoned on the
grilled or
inside
caramelized,
like a spicy
though.
Italian sausage, and also has the least amount of toppings on it. 8 out of 10 for that as well. In the end, I was a little disappointed in the mediocrity of these wild game sausages. It just goes to show that you can top a sausage however you want, but what matters most is the sausage flavor on the inside that counts. Now for a little Sausage Quest business, instead of taking the top score as the overall score to rate the restaurants, we're now going to use the average instead, since it has made so many of you angrier than you should be. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to poop. See you next time on Sausage Quest!
You won't get to see that sausage, though. That sausage is
probably
for his,
the best.
his Patreon. only.
Oreo fried chicken.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Today we're gonna make some Oreo fried chicken.
Why?
I was about to
And we'll just
say.
separate those
That's-
creams right out, no problem.
Why is a good summary of this
That's
guy's
good
channel
enough.
in general.
Fair enough.
Because it's fun and silly.
Oh, it's a big piece of chicken.
That's a bit of an earner
the
for
same
him.
guy
The
who
plate and bowl are a bit
boiled
too
his
small for
pasta
our-
in Pepsi once. Or no, it was Diet Coke.
Yeah, it was. He's done ones that had like toothpaste, ice, Geoduck.
If I recall, he actually really liked the Diet Coke boiled pasta.
Yep, they weren't so bad. Like he's gotten so many different like tools for this show, that he's like rivaling Babish for the amount of like stuff he's got.
Current objectives and
I was checking a Babish after this actually.
This is what success looks like.
Oh, by the time the end of the stream, all of us will be very hungry.
Coats.
Going to be.
Yeah. Oh god, it looks like coal. It looks like he's just thrown a piece of coal in there.
Why is he doing this in such a shallow pan? He can't even submerge the whole thing at once.
Oh, there's smoke starting to rise.
Ugh.
Oh, it's so black. Ah, it's holding together a whole lot better than I ever expected it would. It looks like a really good smoked brisket. Now we're gonna play everyone's favorite new game. Is it raw? As you can see, it's crusted all over. Let's start here.
It's like coal.
Look at that cookie outer shell. Here we go!
Looks like you could have used a little more time.
It's not bad. The Oreo provides a nice cookie crunch. There's that rawness you don't want to see in your chicken. The Oreo shell actually loses a lot of its sweetness due to the deep frying. I mean, we didn't season it with anything other than Oreo. It could have used some salt. It could have used some pepper. But who would have thought that Oreo shell is a suitable way to crust your chicken? So I'm gonna have to give the Oreo encrusted fried chicken a 3.5 out of 5.
I like his half. He should have taken the chicken and like cut it in half lengthwise to make 2 thin pieces.
Yeah, or even he could have even done them like chicken goujons, you know, turn them into strips. And
no, I don't. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna shallow fry like that, then ideally you would like your chicken to be much thinner.
Yeah.
Shallow frying has its place, but not with thick pieces of chicken like that.
Yeah, it was a bad sign that half of it was sticking out. Like the whole thing should be submerged the whole time.
What
the hell is this?
This is Anime with Alvin, the Binging with Babish sideshow. And it's, I don't know what this thing is. It's big. It looks like a Christmas tree. It looks like a Christmas tree. What the fuck?
It needs more ornaments.
For the constipation we are about to receive. Thank you.
Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Anime with Alvin. Today, I'll be taking on the Sky Tree Pork Bowl from Silver Spoon, a towering, monstrous bowl of pork on top of probably not enough rice, but still delicious anyway. This magnificent creation seems to utilize many, many different cuts of pork. So, what we have here is 4 pounds of pork tenderloin, a pound of pork loin bone-in, a pound of thinly sliced pork shoulder, and 2 pounds of pork bellies without skin. So, to start, I'm going to go ahead and slice each of these cuts into manageable pieces and
a whole pig died to make this episode.
Place them in their own Ziploc bag for marination.
Good.
If I put them all together, they might get mixed up,
fucking
and the cook
pigs.
times will be different for each cut, so I want to make sure that they're separate, and
How dare they are so delicious.
It's more fun to have them all in their little bag hanging out. Once they've been divided into their proper sizes and proper bags, we're going to go ahead and make our sauce. I'm going to add in 1 cup of sugar and 6 tablespoons of water. The first part involves making a caramel out of this sauce before adding in the rest of the ingredients. Once this color is a beautiful amber, I'm adding in 1.5 cups of boiling water and letting that dissolve. When that looks good, in goes about 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3/4 cups of sake, a 1/2 cup of mirin, and 2 large garlic cloves which have been grated right in. This gets brought to a simmer and then removed from heat to cool. We're also going to make rice. In a rice cooker, in goes about 2 cups of short grain white rice, but before it can be cooked, it does need to always be washed. This goes to the sink where I run it through water roughly 3 times so that the starches are loose and the the water runs clear after the final rinse. Now this can go back in the pot. We simply press the white rice cook button and let it cook. All of the marinade gets divided amongst our pork evenly until each one has a healthy amount. Bags them to get their air squished out as much as possible, patted into an even layer, and placed onto a tray to chill for about 2 hours. After 2 hours, I like to take the excess marinade, drain it back into the pot, and reduce this until it becomes nice and sticky. Somewhere in the middle of that process,
I've got a weird concoction. I imagine that smells amazing, by the way. I have this weird concoction sitting on the hob there that it's like, you know those satchels you get with like instant ramen?
Yeah.
Like the little curry powders. I took them and I got like a third of all my spices, including a whole new thing of turmeric, and just tossed it all in and twirled it around, and it looks like the most blackest of blackest coffee right now. But when you add it into like rice, it's really has this sort of mellow spiciness to it that I kind of like. It's not like overwhelming. So long as you so long as you even out the rice. So when we're done here tonight, I'm gonna go and make some rice and toss it into the pot and see what else. There's a lot of black pepper in there as well. A lot of black pepper.
I like to make sure that the gunk is removed so that it doesn't get incorporated into the final glaze. So instead of having to toss the marinade, it ends up being a nice glaze that we can finish our meat with later. Nice. In the anime, they do a lot of cooking outdoors, so I thought it would be fair to grill all of our pork over an open flame to get that real nice smoky flavor. Our lovely culinary talent Rachel has been able to set and build this fire for us, so shout out to her for doing that. And we are going to proceed by grilling one cut at a time. First starting with the pork bellies, hoping that the excess fat will help lubricate the grill for later usage. We definitely grilled this a little too hot and did not take them and flip them in time, ending up in a couple of burned ones, but that's okay. I ate those off screen. We now proceed with the rest of the cuts, starting from the thickest to the thinnest. So gonna go and cook the tenderloin until both sides are nice and delicious, followed by the little bit of loin that we cut off the bone, and finally ending with the thinly sliced pork shoulder. Pretty much flash cooks almost instantly over this fire. After their long time of separation,
that reminds you a little bit of Korean barbecue. A little, just need to be scooping it all across.
Yeah, you get this with Japanese sometimes too.
Probably has like its entire like this whole history to a name as well.
All of the cuts now dried together in one large bowl and tossed with the extra glaze that we had made earlier, so that everybody is happy and gets another coating of flavor before entering the bowl of doom. Me. Now that our rice is ready, it is now time to assemble this Skytree pork bowl. Definitely packing in a lot of rice for this one to hold up to all that meat. And now the fun begins. My strategy is to first start with the thicker and chunkier pieces to form the base of this, and going thinner as I rise to the top. That means a lot of the pork belly and the pork tenderloin make its way into the foundation, while slices of the thinner pork loin and the very...
He's gonna take a single bite out of this and it's all just gonna like fall apart.
Very, very thin pork shoulders serve as a way to drape and finish off this magnificent
Look at that!
And I have to say, the name Skytree Pork Bowl seems to be a very fitting title for what we have made today. That is beauty.
There's no way he can move that. He has to eat it right here.
The work of art has fallen. I put it back. No one's gonna notice. And there you have it, the Skytree pork bowl from Silver Spoon, finished with the extra glaze that we had left in the mixing bowl. The question here is not whether this is delicious. The real question is, who is going to hold me back from eating this entire thing? This is so good that I will eat the whole thing. Oh wait, there's a crew watching. Yeah, I guess I should probably share. Many smiles were had in the studio that day, as we all gathered around the bowl like a campfire and picked at it until it was basically nothing, and we were all very full with the meat sweats. What I can also say was that it was nearly impossible to eat any of the rice, as it was still buried under the mountain of meat.
I was gonna say, like, they're already full before they even reach the rice.
Right? On the plus side, the rice would have soaked up all that sauce, so...
Forced Steve to take it home and he ate it later and said it was good.
I like Raisin's idea. Add a bit of broccoli in there.
Just one piece without telling anyone. You got the broccoli.
Like in the middle.
All right. What's this? No, we haven't checked in a good while. We haven't checked in on Sir Stevo.
Yeah.
Probably because he hasn't uploaded it in a month, by the looks of it. A month ago. Yep.
Well then.
Oh.
Well, we've checked in. Oh, let's see what let's do another one of those Ryan George ones.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Ryan George, his shorts. Oh wait, no, that's I was thinking.
All right, so as you all know, we've been.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've seen some of these ones already. What else is good? What's good here? Actually, the taxi one's not too bad.
Okay.
This video is sponsored by Grammarly. More about them at the end of the sketch.
Hi there, hello.
Hi there, hello.
Hey, so, get in, please.
Oh, I don't.
Get in, come on, get into my car. Come on now, please.
No, thank you.
Why not?
Because I don't, know you.
So? I don't want to be kidnapped. I promise I won't.
That's not exactly reassuring.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, because see, again, I'm not familiar with you as a person.
Get in my car.
What is this? Are you catcalling me?
No. This is not a cat-calling situation. You would know if I was catcalling you. Yeah, I'd be like, meow.
That's not how catcalling works, I don't think.
Enter my vehicle.
Why?
Because it's this new thing I'm starting. You get in and I'll bring you places.
Oh.
Yeah, bet you feel pretty silly now, don't ya?
No, I still feel pretty weird about this concept.
Let me paint a picture for you.
Okay.
With my words.
Oh.
You're somewhere, right? And all of a sudden you're like, I need to go somewhere else.
Oh, that does happen to me.
So I show up in my vehicle and I bring you to said place of your choosing, the somewhere else you decided.
How do I know you're a good driver?
You just trust me.
I know.
Come on, roll the dice with your life, please.
How do I know you're not a serial killer or something?
You just trust me.
That was a long pause. That was a real long pause.
Come on, this is a good business idea, I think.
I don't think so, man. I see a bunch of problems with this right off the bat.
Like what?
Well, how do I even let you know that I need your services?
Oh, well, I'll be driving around town, so you see me, you just give me a little wave and I'll pull over.
What if I say hi to someone and you think I'm calling you over?
Well, don't say hi to people anymore, please. That'll interfere with my business.
What if I need a ride and you don't happen to be driving past me at that exact moment?
Right, well, tell you what, I could set up a kind of call center where a rude person can kind of dispatch me to you.
Do they have to be rude?
Yes.
Oh, that's too bad.
Then once you're in my car, it's just you and me.
How do I know you're not just gonna reach over and punch me?
You could sit in the back if that makes you feel better.
That does, actually, yeah, and then what happens?
I can make uncomfortable small talk with you.
I don't like that.
I could take phone calls where I somehow don't say any words. I'm just like,
All right.
I can listen to obscure radio stations you didn't know existed.
This all sounds pretty uncomfortable.
It most likely will be. Then you pay me and you get out.
How do I know what to pay you?
I'll have a little counter thing in my car and it tells me how much you're worth to me.
That's kind of degrading.
If we go far, you're worth a lot to me, my man.
Wouldn't that kind of incentivize you to accidentally take wrong turns and take longer routes?
No.
I just feel like I'd have no way of knowing if what you're charging me is fair.
What if I called it a fare?
That'll do, yeah, I feel better about that now.
Great, and so then after I tell you the amount, you also give me a little extra.
What?
Get into this confined space with me now.
Well, wait.
I got a mustache.
I'm not sold on this, man. I think I'm just gonna walk to my destination.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Meow.
I knew this was a catcalling thing.
He got me. Hi there,
This guy is very amusing.
You know what? Every time I go to New York, I always say I'm not going to get into a cab because it costs too much to get from point A to point B when the subway is right there. But I always find myself in one at least once. And the last time I was there from JFK to my hostel, it was like 60. And it was like,
damn.
Yeah. And like to get from Dublin airport to the city centre is about €50, so that's about $60. And it's just
fucking hell.
Like it's just the cost is so much to go get in a cab. But I have to get into a cab at least once a week because there's no way of getting back here practically after we do our shop. And that sets us back about May 15 to 17. Because it is just up the road, but there's no pathways or anything. We'd get hit by a tractor or a truck. And like that adds up. That adds up so much. I'd be terrified at the end of the year just to see how much we pay in cab fare. just to get back at least once a week.
City was designed by the cab conspiracy people.
Wait a minute. Cabtopia? It's all making sense now.
It's the cabspiracy.
All right. Oh, you know who else we haven't checked in on in a long while? Kevin Joseph King, our King sweet boy.
Oh, damn.
What's he been up to? Come fly with me, Benny boy. I love you, Benny boy. Happy birthday to you, Eva. Violet.
Is he just doing cameos now?
I think he is, but he raps here. Oh, yes.
My rap song.
Rap.
Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy.
I like how he's gotten rid of any obstructions that might be dangerous while he's doing this shit.
Yeah, he's actually in like a clean room. Did you see the house tour he gave once?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, the whole
place. It was a little depressing, actually.
Yeah, like it's like the house is unfinished or something, or he's caved in some of the walls.
Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy.
Benny boy.
Benny boy.
Benny boy.
Benny boy.
Is he getting this for drunken peasants?
I am wondering that.
Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny
boy.
Boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Boy. Benny,
you know, I think I see where this is going.
Benny boy. Benny.
I love how he says it's a rap, but it sounds more like a child's nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
Benny boy. Benny.
I did some punches. Y'all see?
Benny boy. Benny boy.
Benny boy.
Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny.
It doesn't seem right without all the calendars, though.
Benny boy. Benny boy.
Impressive kicks.
A bit higher than I could pull off.
Boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy.
Okay. Kick the wall. Kick the wall. Please kick the wall.
Boy. Benny boy.
Or the camera.
He does look like he's like in an isolation room at like a psychiatric hospital right there.
Boy.
Maybe he is.
Boy.
Nice that they gave him a camera.
Boy, my whap song.
It's part of his therapy.
Benny boy. Benny boy.
He gets worse if he doesn't have a camera a few minutes per day.
Benny boy.
He just left. But that's a part of the
back. Goodbye.
As he left, he was still singing the song.
Until the door closed.
He's probably in the hole right now, still singing the Benny Boy song.
I like how he paused it, even though there was nothing happening to interrupt. Oh my god, it's like a horror movie almost. You're hiding from the monster and then you hear Baby Boy coming at you.
Boy. He is a good person. He's a very good man. Benny boy.
All of that was so he could go get a prop microphone.
Benny boy. Benny boy. Benny boy.
I always forget the end of the lyrics too with this song. It goes on for so long you just kind of forget.
How much do you think Benpai paid him for this cameo?
Well, considering he pays Gale a lot to do cameos for him, it's quite possible. This is what he was looking at when he was hanging out with Blade. Benny boy, Benny boy.
I mean, it was definitely better than paying attention to Blade.
Benny boy.
Benny boy.
Boy.
Oh God! So the police got broke
a little
in.
Intense at the end there.
Yeah, like it just someone down the ground.
I have never seen this person before.
Oh
and
shit!
I have concerns and questions.
Oh.
Or Mango, let me summarize this. You have now seen every video he's ever made.
Yeah, he is a very long working. Oh God, that's his thumbnail where he used to just like he's a complicated sweet boy with a lot going on in his mind.
Is he really that complicated though? Because he seems very simple.
Well, expressing himself, yes, absolutely. But like, here's an older one. He used to have a room just full of calendars and toys, and he had a
police cop chokehold.
Yeah, he had this giant toy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and he used to do like a police cop chokehold on the damn thing till it broke. He claimed
30 times in a row.
He claimed that Kim Kardashian was his girlfriend. He had a Pornhub account where I saw his ass. Y'all see my ass? Y'all see it? Yeah, we all see your ass. He wanted to come on the show at one point, and we thought against it, but he thought maybe that we didn't believe it was him talking, and he basically doxed himself. He just like, this is me, and then he gave his entire information in the chat, and we were like, dude, no, don't do that,
yeah,
Kevin.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, everyone was like trying to calm him down.
Also, Billy Boy Blue makes a good point. This guy is secretly a DC supervillain and Calendar Man.
There is a Calendar Man.
Sadly.
But yeah, he was on. He used to be like shown on DP a lot back in the day, and
a while back. It's been a while now. But that's how we found out about him.
And he's just a fascinating person to watch in bits. After a while, you can see for yourself. He kind of just repeats.
Well, like I said, that video we just watched is every video he's ever made.
Yeah.
Pick small thing for him to do and then watch him do it 50 times in a row over and over.
I have this theory that he was an actual cop at one point and he suffered like brain damage, and they just kind of put him in this convalescence home where he just does this every day. Like there must be someone who comes around to look after him. I've always wondered that. Like there has to be like if not a live-in nurse, then like someone who comes around like, hey, Kevin, did you remember to take your medication today? Yeah, I took it all. It was yummy. You know, like...
Also, I have to point out that you said the name of his profession wrong. He was a police cop.
He was very true. Very true. He loves Diablos. He loves Diablos.
You don't want to confuse him with the other types of non-police cops.
True.
Cops that are not police.
New York has a trash problem. Free South Side, free East Side. But it looks now that some people do pay him to say this, so at least he's turning it into a bit of an earner.
It's like there's a lot of these things that are just a few seconds long. Yeah.
Anyway, we normally wrap it up with Buff Corral, but this is going to be something different with Buff. This is from Tarman, and it's simply called Buff Corral Motive Tarman.
I don't know who that is.
Oh. Tarman does a lot of Cobes stuff, and he's branching out.
Okay. He's like a Boglum Chronicles type of guy. Okay.
Kind of a little bit, yeah.
Similar concept.
It does some good shit. But yeah, he's apparently branching out now to Buff Corral. So I thought we'd wrap up with Buff, as we do, but with this, make it a little bit different, seeing that it took us forever to get actually back on. Now, let's do the standard shilling before we wrap up. And Mango, Madame, what do you have going on in your part of the internet that you would like to share with the class?
Well, I have been neck deep in a whole lot of research and building a really comprehensive timeline of events in regards to one Mr. Christopher Boozy. So at some point within the next couple weeks, I will be going over that timeline and all of the people that he has done a lot of fuck shit with.
Okay. That seems interesting. I remember you posting something about you looking for like resources and documents and stuff like that up on Twitter. And you. Oh, and by the way, guys, don't forget that her link is down there below, along with Krendar's link trees. Very clever of them to have it all pooled together.
Mm-hmm. Very efficient.
Yeah. Krendar, what are you up to?
Well, in 2 hours, I will be doing a Elden Ring stream. I am doing a Frenzy / Madness run of the game, which I haven't done before, so always a fun game there. First time it's like the 6th or 7th playthrough I've done of the game, but it's the first time I've streamed it, so
okay.
Didn't want to be buried under all the other big people streaming it when it was new, you know?
Yeah, though that would have still gotten people's attention because it would have been on everyone's tongue and everyone's mind, so they'd been searching for it.
No, like I've tried streaming things that are new and popular, and I get like literally 0 views. Like I get like maybe 2 people to watch, and it's my friends. So I don't do that anymore. I wait like a year before things are no longer the new exciting thing, and then do it maybe.
That makes sense.
And then tomorrow and the day after, I will be playing Final Fantasy XIV with a couple of friends. Going through the game together, one of which has never played the game before we started doing this with her, so she's seeing it all for the first time.
Cool.
Good times.
As for your boy, if you're a part of our Discord, link in the description, you will have seen the schedule, and if I remember right, tomorrow I will be going back to playing Final Fantasy VII, the original version of it, because I'll get around to the horny version of it after I upgrade my computer.
Vintage.
Yeah, we're just outside of
Team Tifa.
Damn right. And the Italian Senate agrees.
Yeah, I remember that.
I finally went and watched that footage, and the Speaker of the House, she takes it very well. She's kind of just like afterwards, just wondering like, so how exactly, like the translation's like, so how exactly did that happen? Like it was just like
I thought you meant you were watching the porn that they were watching.
No, I watched the whole clip of like the Senate hearing, including the clip of it is in up on Pornhub. She's just getting railed from behind for a little bit, and then like everyone just starts giggling, and then they kind of and then. So how did that happen? Like the intern's he's just there like sorry, I was just scrolling through different things. He was like, porn, was it? Pornography at work during a Senate hearing. It's like that.
I love Europe.
Yeah, we have very different ideas of morality. Actually, in all fairness, if that happened in America, there would be far less laughs and far more like pearl clutching. CGI.
Oh yeah,
breasts.
A lot of pearl clutching.
Think of
every
the
pearl.
Children. A pearl necklace, if you will. But yeah, we'll be playing that tomorrow around about 9 o'clock my time, so about an hour earlier than when this stream started. But then I've got a bunch of games throughout the week, and then this time next week, Red Eye is very cool. It's going to be popping back on to join us, and like I said, at that point we'd have worked out our little project we've been messing around with. So tune in for that, and we should have the deets all lined. Other than that, I am going to be restarting Coffee and Chat. So, Mango, down the line, would love to have you on. Coffee and Chat is the timetable can be set by the guest, and it is just usually just the two of us talking about whatever. And you'd be surprised the level of like the rabbit holes you go down on. I've had some crazy guests on at the time over the year I've done it. I think John Morgan's up next, so that'll be interesting. Man,
You'd
the man
be
can
amazed
talk.
at what this man goes down on.
We never did show the footage of Shabisky, did we?
Oh no! Whatever will we do?
It's too late now. Go to Zauer de Dong. He does that the clip channels and for like DP, and you'll find him. And Shabisky is he's a sweet boy, but he did a sweet boy thing. Tisk.
Is he a sweet boy though? Is he ever actually?
Well, he's not a sour skittle, so he's kind of somewhere in between. He's a mellow.
There you go.
He's a mellow Mandy.
Mellow Melvin.
Mellow Melvin.
Yeah, Mandy works too.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what this is all about.
Motivation.
On YouTube.
Oh wow, early buff.
Oh,
very.
Back when
early.
he was still capable of speech.
And shirt wearing.
Just wanted to talk to you guys for a minute.
You don't need a shirt when you got a chest like that.
You know what I'm saying? My name is Karel Coy Bufford II. I live
For the first time ever, Buff, I do know what you were saying.
What the fuck? Buffert the second.
Yeah.
Bufferton.
Karel Coy Bufford II.
That is. I'm not shocked by it, but I'd never heard it.
Sierra Vista, Arizona. So,
I always saw California.
I've been here since 1988. You know what I'm saying? I
was
then
my
went
age.
to the Army and came back. Went to the Army for 3 years and came back.
Fucking called it. I fucking called it. I knew he had served.
Yeah.
You can tell with his bedroom, it's just so immaculate. Anyone who's served in the military, it's kind of ingrained in them just to keep their shit clean.
Came back to the same old thing. You know what I'm saying? Kicking with my boys, drinking, smoking cigarettes, and
damn.
I was heavily smoking then. I used to wake up with a bad cough and everything. So Thanksgiving 2007, I quit. I quit smoking cold turkey. I said, that's it.
Damn
Threw my
right.
pack of Marlboros or Newports, whatever it was, I threw it away in the garbage. Drinking came soon right after that. I quit drinking, quit kicking it with my boys at the
Do you think he
clubs every
relapsed
night.
and that's why he's the way he is
And
now?
I said, you know, what do I want to look like when I turn 30 years old? What do I want? What do I want to be when I'm 30? What is my goal? I have to have a goal in life. I have to have something to strive for. Now, there was a couple other things that happened, bad relationships I was in with women, and that took a toll on my life. That made me really want to just change my thoughts about where I want to go on life, because I was like nowhere. You know, I didn't know where I was going.
This is by far the most conversation he's ever had. Like, this is the most talking he's ever done. Otherwise, he's just belting out songs. But this is communication.
I didn't even care if I lived or died. And after I got shot at, that kind of said to myself, okay, I need to turn this around. I need to turn all this around. Bad relationships, smoking, drinking, clubbing every night. You know, I understand y'all doing it, and that's cool if you do that. But me, I had to get up out of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20-something years old, and the big step I ever made was to get a trainer at the gym. Go!
Whoa.
Okay, suck it up, Corral, go. And as you can see, the weight
when Buffett became
set
Buff.
very modestly.
Yeah, this is the making of video.
Yeah.
Very modestly. Okay, you don't need to overdo it on weight to chisel the body out.
See that grit determination on his face? Me! You! Don't give up!
Whoa, seizure word. Yeah, Karel Bufford. In the fucking font style of Sims 1. Oh.
Okay, this is how my back look, how that back look in the back of their back. The back of their back, don't talk back, the back of their back.
Oh, I see the speech centers are already degrading.
Yeah. See, kids, this is what happens when you stop getting shit faced and smoking. You could be a Giga Chad like Cobes, or you could be this beta bitch like Buff. You know, like who'd ever want to live like this? I mean, honestly, Jesus fucking Christ, such sadness in Buff's
Who wants
life.
a huge rippling chest? Not me.
Who needs to take control of your life when you can just complain about sickos muttering under your breath? He fucking says that as a mantra, by the way, when he thinks no one's looking. He still says, fuck sickos. It's, what the fuck?
I mean, those are words to live by.
True, but did someone hurt you, man? Like, I gotta ask that. Like,
yeah, a sicko.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he has, like, a story to tell like that.
Can we all just take a moment to be grateful that Buff's current channel has him in jeans dancing around? Because his original channel, the Corel 2011, he was mostly in his underwear.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Oh, YouTube don't like you that.
He also goes around in like sweatpants. I honestly thought you were going to go in a bulge direction, which I suppose you are by pointing out that he was walking around in his underwear. I remember seeing him in like shorts a lot, or like swimming trunks. Which that's fine. I mean, I walk around sometimes in shorts when it's humid here because I live in a fucking swamp. But. What a swamp. It's not even a swamp, it's a swamp.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's Buff Club once again, baby. What's up poppin' with y'all? It's once again, fly me to the moon. Fly me to the moon. Don't fly me to my house. Don't fly me to the job. Don't fly me to the bathroom. Don't fly me anywhere else. Just fly me to the moon. I ain't been on the moon before, but you know, why don't we start living on the moon? Astronauts up there, we start living on the moon.
Well, yeah, I want to see Buff on the moon so badly. I should just try to like Photoshop him out of like a video he's in as he's dancing and put him onto the moon, just very badly with like artifacting and shit like that. 144.
Anyways, you gotta learn how to fly.
Allergic to this beat.
Is it gonna pause and then Buff Corel 1988 to 2023? What the fuck is going on? Oh yeah, you gotta make sure you're still in the shot. That was not what I was expecting.
Well, to be the title, that was motivation. So
true. He is 100% driven, that's for sure. It's just, you know, you gotta wonder about his mental faculties at this point. The way he talks is so gibberishy.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, for the first time, I could answer his question, you know what I'm saying, by actually saying yes. For the first time ever, I do.
Well, to be fair, vocal warm-ups are always weird. He just makes them even weirder.
True,
yeah.
But going back to the whole thing, it's again almost like a mantra he does. Easy.
Yeah, but that's just that's the vocal warm-up part. But then he also, like, his introduction to what the video is going to be is also just verbal diarrhea.
It's almost like he's embarrassed
on the ones and twos.
Exactly.
With the shoo-roo, with the ooh-roo. Nope. And then we have to address his hair. Like, it's basically a whole thing of like boot polish that he's just poured onto his hair.
He did address the whole like hair thing on Tosh.0 when he was on one season. He got a lot of his inspiration from people like Genuine from like back in the
that
day.
doesn't sound like a good idea.
It's not. So yeah, he basically like takes his hairline and brushes it forward, and then his eyebrows are so big that like you can't find his forehead.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Also, for some reason, I really want some French onion soup right now.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that video yet. I should do that. I'll probably do that when I'm making up my own meal.
I love French onion soup.
Max Miller's great. We've shown him once or twice.
Especially if you cook it correctly and don't use the bread.
I'll be honest with you, I've never had it.
Oh, it's so good. Next time you're at some place that has it, get some.
I have been getting a soup craze, but all the soups that I end up getting are those terrible Insta soups that are just like colored water. You put in a mug. At that point, I'm like, you know what? Why am I doing that? I'll just get a mug noodle instead. But no, I should really get myself some quality thick soup. You know, proper thick soup. But anyway, yeah, it's been fun. It's good that we're back. Let's hope that next week I won't just go on another 2-week hiatus and squander all my money and health.
Who knows?
I might get hit by a car 1 week and discover meth the next. You know, let's keep it viable. Well, actually, if I'm on meth, I probably will want to stream, but God knows what that would be like.
Who knows what you're gonna want to do in that case?
Yeah, strap yourselves in, folks. Meth cannot be guaranteed, but not completely dismissed for next week. Fingers crossed. Don't pray that I'm going to find meth. You guys have been great. Mago, thank you so much for popping in, and